Hello, guys, how are you? Today, Lucy will share with us how kindness is founded through humor. Check it out.
Hello, I'm Lucy. I go to Unity on the Bay, and I have recently just gotten married to Jackie. We live up in North Miami Beach. And I would say I am currently an activist. I'm trying to make this world better than when I leave it.
Awesome, Lucy. What is your talent?
My talent is seeing the good in people. So when I was a kid, my mom said that I was the world's attorney, because if she would say something about somebody, I would always defend them, like, well, you don't know what they've been through, or they might have had a bad day. So she found that a bit annoying, but I've just kind of progressed through it. So I'll see, even in the worst of people, I will try to find the goodness in them. And so I've also figured out sometimes people just want to be mad, and that's okay. But I do try to just dig deeper and see their heart, and not get distracted by their words or their actions at times.
And sometimes it's more difficult than other times that?
Yeah, because sometimes it is a hateful image that they're portraying, and what people see and what they're calling it. And to try to get past that image to see that person's truth, then it's hard, and I'll get lost in it too. It's not something that I'm always great at, but when I sit with it, then I'm like, why is that person hating? And I change it to, why is that person hurting, which led to that hate? And if I can get to that cause, then maybe I can stop, or somehow tell them, hey, I understand you, I hear you, and maybe that can shift.
You have another talent that is sense humor.
I'm not funny. Yes. I'm a little funny.
You can rephrase that.
I might be a little funny.
And in what way you use that talent?
I think I try to make people feel at ease, and when it's an uncomfortable situation, I'll make fun of myself for some random thing, and I just find humor just gets people to break down those walls, so it could be the most tense thing, and if I can make somebody laugh about it, all of a sudden we're just having a conversation. It's no longer a confrontation. And I'm now getting more politically involved, and the two gifts have really come to play to get me to where I'm at now. So one brings me that patience to see the goodness, and the other one brings me that humor to kind of get through some stuff that's kind of heavy, especially in politics.
When do you discover that you have those talents?
Since I was a kid, I think I've always been, with standing up. I would stand up for my brother, I would stand up for my friends, and I would always, even after the fights, and then I'm like, okay, what happened? And try to dig deeper and see, how can we be friends? How can we do this better? And then I've always been a clown since I was a little kid. I think I graduated high school and I was a class clown. So that kind of has followed me throughout my life. I know it's a shocker, but yeah. Yes.
Okay, and how do you develop those talents since you were aware of them?
The one about seeing the good in people, I think Unity has helped me a lot, because I'm better able to see my own truth. And so then I'm able to try to find that in other people. And so I try to quiet the noise of whatever they're saying and see, okay, does that hold true to their truth of what I see, like the heart that I'm looking for. I want to see their heart, not this noise. And so I think Unity has helped develop that. The sense of humor, that's just, that's gotten better with time. I'm just funnier now than ever I was. I was funny in kindergarten, but right now I'm just like, I am peaking. I'm really at the top of my game here.
Yeah.
You need a minute? Should I talk amongst myself?
Okay,
we're
Lucy.
centered. Yes.
And what do you think those talents brings to your life?
They have
How
helped.
they serve you in your path to grow?
I think they've been instrumental in my personal life. It has helped with my family to try to be less judgmental, because if I'm looking for that goodness, well, then I try not to let those, spoken words hurt me as much. It's hard when it's family because they know what buttons to press, but I try to fall back into that. My parents have their truth too, and as a kid, well, my parents would just upset me, and they were a trigger. And now I try to, what is going on with them? How I extend it to strangers, I have learned to try to extend it to my own family. And even in my family, the humor comes in. If we're having a fight, I'll make something, we're like, oh, Lucy, you're so stupid. And there we go, we laugh. And we move on, So you're like, Lucy, que bruta. And you're like, oh, thanks, Mom. And we laugh, and it's fine. So humor has always been one of those that has brought peace, I guess, in the family, that we are just able to laugh. And we try not to, or I try not to hold on to the things, and then hopefully the folks will follow along.
And how do you expect to make impact in people?
Well, presently I'm working with my political party, and we're trying to reach out, which is the Libertarian Party. Okay. And so our platform is basically all about the individual, to empower them, so that they don't need the government to come in, and to empower communities that we don't need the government, we can take care of ourselves. So make the government smaller and make the individual bigger. And that's my goal, because you go to your neighbor to get help, you don't call the government. You can go to your family, your friends, and that's what I want to kind of bring back. I think there was a point in time where we depended on each other more. Now we kind of, the government will do it. No, I want to bring it back to us. I want that.
I think that is the reality, what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, there is thousands of non-profit organizations which works with a lot of volunteers who help.
Right.
And government is not involved.
And that's what I want to empower more, So I want people to just be empowered and be the individual and help. And so if the Black Lives Matter, they're going through something. Well, somebody in my community is hurting. How can I help you? It's not about me. My life matters, but it's just right now they're going through something. So how can I not make it about me and help them? So then I feel that all these gifts have kind of helped me to see kind of the bigger picture, because I see the people and I see what they want. And everybody just wants to be heard and wants to be treated properly, and so I think these gifts kind of help me accomplish that.
And in that way, with your talents, how you think will help those people?
Well, because I'll see them even in a political forum where it gets very heated. I will see their truth. I have been to rallies where you have people that are defending the statues, and people are calling them racist. And I've gone and I've talked to them, and you see them and they're kind people, but they're being called these names, and so then they feel hurt, and then you go to like Black Lives Matter and they're calling them a hate group, and then I go talk to their people and they feel hurt, and I'm like, but I see you. And so then I'm like, why don't we put each other together and see each other, see our heart, see the goodness, not this hate that's portrayed, behind these words. And then always the comedy. I always have some little sly remark about something, So that always kind of comes in, and so when it gets too serious, then usually that's when I'll come up with something to kind of diffuse it a little bit, and I think that kind of helps everything go along. Because it's serious, but it's not that serious. Life, we have to keep it a balance, and I think right now it's off balance. It's too much of this anger.
And that last question, it's not a question. For the people who will watch this video, what you can tell them about how discover their talent, or why discover their talent is important for them and for the world, and in one tip or idea they can develop?
I think it's very important because every person is different. Somebody could be funny, like have that talent, or you make somebody feel at ease or see their truth, but we do it in a different way. So even though we share that gift, we're a different vehicle. So if we find out what that gift is, then we can put our intention behind it, and then we can reach. It goes from our family, from our friends to our community, and then it reaches the world. It's like we can make that difference by acting within our own community, but then they go out and it kind of ripples effect. So I would say just kind of take time with it and see where you feel most comfortable, and that's most likely your gift. Where you feel like you're making that difference, that's your gift, and don't judge yourself by other person's gift. It's your gift alone, and even if 20 people do it, they don't do it your way. You're the ones that bringing that light out.
Okay, thank you. One last question. Do you believe in limitation?
You're crazy. Kind of limitations.
Thank you very much, Rosie, for your participation.
Thank you. God bless. Love you.